Hello, hello, hello. What's up, people? We're back in first person outward today. How we doing? How we doing? Alright, we gotta prepare for the final couple of fights here. Which means dumping pretty much everything in a chest. And then seeing what we have after that. Alrighty, we don't need the gladiator thing anymore, do we? I might fight a couple of times just for the fun of it, but... Foods. What foods do I have? I have 7 things of bread. We'll do about 12 Frosted Delight. 12 of those. 10 of those. What's up, Oatmeal? How's it going, bro? How's my day? My day's pretty great. I'm doing good. Alpha meat. I'm doing pretty good. Ready to fight the bosses for sure. Alright, let's put the extra bread back. And I need water. Let's go get the advanced water. What's up, Lost One? How's it going, dude? Nice, that's all full. What's up, Yum? Welcome to the stream. Just finished Silk Song? What'd you think? We will keep these. I don't usually, but I am going to this time. What's up, Bites? Welcome back, dude. Welcome back. We're gonna use cooldown for at least the boss, probably. These are good potions as well. Anything in particular I absolutely have to have? Maybe that. Shimmer potion. Those are always good. And we'll do a cold varnish. Finally, I think I want... Missing something here. I guess just my tent. My tent buff might be enough. Alright, so we'll sleep and then we'll just head out. I think we don't have anything else stopping us. There we go. 2 hours of sleep and 4 for the repair. I can make Gep's blade finally. I don't know if I want to do that for this dungeon though. Which reminds me, I need to enchant my sword at some point. We'll probably just put ethereal on it or something. Grab the tent. Triple check that I'm not missing anything. I felt like there was one more item I wanted. Oh, yes, it was hot weather defense. Yeah, okay, so this is hot weather defense, and so is this. Honestly, I did pretty good for getting out of there without being too overweight. Then we'll just pop a couple of boons to get the mana going here. There we are. Ooh, discipline potions. Do I have enough of those? I might actually want those. I think I used them all is the problem. That's kind of why I wanted the alchemist, but I wasn't able to build him anyway. Discipline potions. Do I have any beetles? No, I don't. Alright, so we'll have to go off a brace and focus. You're not gonna pick up patience? No, we learned yesterday it doesn't affect chakrams, unfortunately. It only affects weapon skills. Chakrams are not weapons, they are magic, apparently. Even though they probably should be a weapon type. for that concern. Yeah, I was gonna try and go for it, but then apparently we found that out, and I was like, ah, no point then. Is the dweller still over there? Nope. Wonder what the durability on these are. The thing is, this one isn't even very useful for this entire dungeon. We really just have to stick to frozen. If we happen to run out of durability, I'll repair it, I guess. I'm gonna have to. Track down the Chamber Lord. Okay. So we'll do the entire dungeon, and I think we have to go back to the volcano after that. Because the last bit of the puzzle's there, and then we go back to Vault of Stone. We can finish those guys off. Ooh, nice potion. Nice potion indeed. It might be daytime by the time we get out of here. Usually this fight takes a while. It's a pretty lengthy one. Then if anything, we can head to the desert and get that area done. What's up, Jib? What are the main issues with the mod? I'm thinking of reinstalling the game. There are really just one issue with the first-person mod, and it's that close-up melee combat is essentially not possible. While you can do it, it looks really bad because you're inside the enemy. So you want something that has reach, right? I would recommend spears or any type of magic. Once you get around that caveat, that's about it. Nothing else has had issues. It's actually been a surprisingly pleasant experience for the mod. I thought we'd get more issues than we did, but yeah, it's basically just try not to get too close. Like daggers are going to be really bad. Two-handed hammer is really bad. Stuff like that, but spears, pole arms, amazing. Makes the world feel bigger. I think it makes the game take a little bit longer because of it looking bigger. You know, you're just kind of trying to look at everything. I think that actually looks pretty cool. So it takes you a little bit longer to get around stuff. I think for me personally, fights have taken longer, which is actually fun. Reminds me of Morrowind. A couple people said that, yeah. Couple people did say that. Wow, talk about potions right there, dude. Alright, so we're gonna have to use that. And most of my other buffs should already still be active. Oh no, my boons are running out. Can't let that happen. Probably Runic Trap and most of the smaller stuff. Mainly because of that right there. Super easy to do. And you're gonna die to lightning. What's up, Cold? A lot happened for the last couple streams. Yeah, last two streams, dude, we beat the tar out of Caldera. We got a ton of samples, built the whole town, everything. Alright, double horse. I don't have stealth like I wanted. But that's okay, because he's already dead. Did he go up? I think he went up. There he is. There's like multiple sample spots in here. It's odd. There's the vulnerability. Let's trap him. So far, so good, man. So far, so good. We'll come back, grab everything after, probably. What gear we running with? Same stuff. I got antique plate sallet for the helmet, and then, same stuff as usual. Wolf plate armor, crimson boots, frozen chakram, jade scimitar. The sparkling water's the main upgrade we got. Sparkling water's awesome. Haven't had it in a long time because it's so hard to actually fit into your build. Without wasting materials, you know? Uh-oh, don't fight on stairs. The game don't like that. That still hit me. That's crazy. Makes a little bit of sense, though. I probably should have dodged it. And he dies. Almost died. Close enough. Love a good sparkling water? Yeah, they're amazing. Another amethyst geode, man. We're getting so many of those. Okay, but this area is kind of crazy for samples. This is the runic message for the Breath of Darkness quest. There's nothing to actually do here, I don't think. We just have to look at it. And then it tells us to go to the eldest brother. Which is the second to last step, if I am correct. Yeah, look. We've already seen 4 samples. What? This is the most samples I've ever seen in a single room. Wow. That's kind of insane. Fire defense is nice, and... yeah, I'll have to try and trigger the race ability here. Was it scary dealing with the ancient dwellers? Yes and no. Like, they're doable, but they take a lot of time. They do take a lot of time. Enough with the fireballs, brother. That is clipping me, even though it really should not be. Yeah, now you're dead. How do you feel about it? I think this cures the fire. No, it does not. Yeah, the Burning Man definitely hit me, but that was really hard to tell from first person. Oh my words. The first person mod hates stairs in Caldera. It's only been in Caldera. Okay, Brace might actually come back by the next encounter, though. That's how much cooldown we have on. Hope we get more lore on the Ancient Dwellers. I doubt they'll be in Outward 2. I mean, it would be cool to see them, but I honestly doubt they'll be in it. They're probably just a super secret endgame enemy and a one-offs type of deal. Does the mod affect cave sample spawns? The sample mod does, yes. I have that on, which greatly increases how many samples you get. What am I missing? This guy's kind of tough. We'll go mana regen. Want to beat the Scourge and the Secret Lich in hour 2? Every big bad needs taken down. There you go. I think Frosted Delight gives a cool buff. What's it give? Something I already have. Believe he saw me. It's a good start. Oh, good thing I missed, huh? Dang it. Why did he freeze? Why did he freeze? He should have walked right into that. That's super lame. That's my cool ability. Infinite impact during that attack. I forgot about that. Interesting. Something about what I'm doing is getting them frozen in place for a couple seconds. Let's see what he ended up dropping. Where'd his body go? Did I fling it across the room? I did. Okay, he didn't have anything important. That's fair, though. We already got a bunch. Lever pulled. Now we need to do one more I'll check the chest. We'll see what it has. You never know. Yeah, I mean, I can grab the gauntlets on the way back. Good to sell. Now I think my discipline... Another sample. Dude, Scarlet Sanctuary is the place to be. I guess the sample mod just makes it... And whatever the way the sample, like, rotation works, it's just really good in this area. Alright, what do I want to do? Oh, you're right! It's the Chakram enchant I have on Hampered. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so the reason the enemies are freezing in place is because of the enchantment I put on, which literally makes them freeze in place. I just forgot since yesterday. That's really funny. It makes me look like an idiot, but it is funny. Do not like these horses. Really? I almost flung him off the edge. That would have been awesome. Yeah, so apparently it's that. I wonder how many... Does anyone know the build-up? Does anyone want to check for me? The build-up, I feel like, is 20-something%. So the Chakram arc is probably instantly afflicting it. Or Chakram dance, I mean. It's a 30%. Okay, so it's a little bit higher than I thought. It only takes 4 hits? Really? Not bad. I really did completely block that from my mind. I mean, we just did it at the end of the stream yesterday. It makes sense I forgot. This place is littered with samples. What do I need to fight these guys? I think I have everything. Ah, see, there is a sample that can spawn up here, so it doesn't automatically spawn all of them, but it did spawn a ton. You are the bane of my existence. I want you to know that. Yeah, that was just perfect on his point of view. They're not the worst enemy in the game, but when you pair them with anything else, it is really hard to fight them. Goodbye. Alright, so the whole dungeon's clear. We just need to rest again. Actually, I might not have to rest. I think I did this fast enough where I don't need to. We'll probably take a stamina potion to get our burnt stamina back, and then we'll just gun for it. Mana may be a problem, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those and move them to bag. And then I'm going to put... That's not what I meant to do. I'm going to put a couple of these in my pocket.
You have no place
The
here.
Crimson Avatar.
Be gone.
He's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
You have no right to interfere in our affairs. How can you...
I might have to repair my weapon, though. That's true.
This is your final chance. Leave now, or be punished.
Yeah, we gotta repair it. It is in need of that. What's up, Manuel? We'll do 1 and 3. That should be enough. So far, so good. I mean, the emissaries are going down. I'm interested to see how this'll do against him. I mean, if Hampered works, which in theory it does, it might freeze him in place, so we don't have to worry about his jump attack. Time to buff up. Okay, so we got the mana. I'm gonna take this first, I think. Hope you can handle the fireballs. Yeah, we'll see if I'll be able to actually view them on the screen, because I think they might be off screen for most of the fight. Yeah, that is like negated by the Tartine. This is the discipline boon, so we won't have to activate focus during battle. This is the physical damage and rage buff. I've got Panacea too, just in case. Let me put some of those in my pocket. Speed. Extra mana regeneration. Cooldown. That'll be resistance. And then this is, I think, status resist. Pull out all the stops. Runic protection. Runic lantern. Take this. And I think that might be as many buffs as we can get. Yeah, so that does a lot of impact. Did about as much as I thought it was going to do. Nice. So in theory, he's hampered right now. Which means he cannot move towards me. And then it ran out. See, hampered will probably be better on other bosses. This guy, it's not easy to tell when it's active. Don't get hit by that. It's a really bad attack. I like how my mana doesn't move. Is he resistant to lightning or something? It ain't doing much. Whoa, those came out of nowhere. Oh, they're all doing it now. I see, I see. I need to get in the middle. Casting the runes messed me up a little bit. Yep, that big time messed up. I should not have activated that. Okay, stopped it. The runic lightning does very little damage. Aha. Yeah, there's a lot of red balls floating around the arena. A lot more than usual. Oh, come on. I thought he was doing something else. I just wasted my brace. That's the worst thing in the entire game. Whoa. That's what I thought he was doing. No more orbs on the screen at the current time. I keep trying to move in, but he's like lore walking towards me. Messing me up. Oh, Chakram ran out. Gotta cast that. Yep, I can't dodge or I get hit by the balls. Let's try a trap, see how much damage that does. That's a little bit better. Wow, that's got some reach on it. A lot of reach. A little bit of stagger. He's gonna summon orbs. Nice. Got him. A lot tougher. I mean, seeing any of the extra balls, if he summons more than one set of them, is very difficult. The Red Lich. You have officially been defeated. Boom. Now we gotta return to Evangeline. Cool portal. That's fun. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I think avoiding his melee is a little bit more difficult than usual because he's so large, it's hard to actually see it. And then again, once he got multiple of the orbs going, it was very just kind of cumbersome to stay in the middle. You can now officially say you beat Outward on its most nauseating mode. Yeah. Bright Nobleman attire. I don't want that. I do want to go back through and grab the samples, and we'll grab the... What are they called? The obsidian shards from the horses. I need those. Yeah, fun fight, though. Fun fight. The laser's probably the easiest thing to avoid. The problem is sometimes when you avoid the laser, you roll into the fireballs. That you don't want to do. And it's very easy to accidentally push the button too early. Came back for that loot, because that is good stuff. I actually do need to sell some stuff. I need a little bit of money to get around. I'm pretty broke at this point. Not that I need these samples, but I mean, come on, there's so many of them, I gotta grab them. obsidian shard. And then there was one inside this area, yeah? Ooh, double. Really? Yep, there was a rock sample right here. That fight looked a bit easier than normal. Well, here's the thing. You gotta remember that I'm using chakrams and runes. And chakrams are very good for an enemy like that. It's all good, actually. Yeah, just the extra range advantage and not having to... Well, actually, I think it's the stagger advantage. I could stagger him a lot. You see what I say, though, about hampered. I never noticed it a single time. Yeah, again, I noticed it on Scarlet Emissaries when I was forgetting about it, but on actual boss fights, it's tough to think about it. I gotta grab this shimmer potion. How much overweight did we go? We went pretty overweight after all that. Yeah, frost damage obviously helped quite a bit too. Overall, I'm really happy with how that performed. That was great. That was really great. It sucked that I ran out of the discipline boon in mid-battle, but that's why I used the potion and saved this so we could just quickly activate it. I could have always used brace, but I missed my brace attack, which sucked. Otherwise, I would have had to rely on runes, and they were definitely not doing the damage. Trap was. It was okay. What? There was one here, too? Bro, I got 5, I think maybe 6 samples from this one dungeon. That's crazy. That is actually insane. Now, the problem is, you could potentially rerun that. Most of the samples were in the middle room. So you wouldn't even have to do most of the side rooms. Maybe it would be worth it to farm that out. If you're trying to build the minimum amount of buildings you can, and then come back and do that. I gotta drop something, though, because that's just too much. Found your channel due to Remnant 2 shorts. Good to see you doing well. What's up, Streamy? How's it going? Remnant 2 shorts. Yeah, those are a blast. That was when I was ranking everything. I almost got around to ranking the amulets, but that honestly burnt me out. It was too exhausting. Because realistically, what you could do is you could just look up like a photo of the amulet and then just talk about it, but I was trying to get footage for each one, and it's just too exhausting. I burnt myself out. It was fun, though. Just never got around to making that video because it was exhausting. He also missed a sample in the hallway. Did I really? Wow. There's one right there, too. It's pretty cool making builds like that and send your opinion on it. Yeah, absolutely. That was the best part of that game. I think towards the end, people tried to min-max the prism system a little too much, and it was just unnecessary. Like, your build could be so good, you didn't really need to min-max. But it didn't matter that much. Alright, so we gotta go turn these in, and then we'll go Old Sirocco. Old Sirocco will have our message. I don't even know if we need to read it. We might not. I'm gonna go check anyway, though. And then we can finally fight the Breath of Darkness, which is what I've been trying to do since I came over here in the first place. Maybe Elite Thunderstore. Probably not as annoying with the hampered. Maybe, because he won't be able to jump back. It's a possibility. Best part for me was showing newbies secrets to bosses, mini bosses, and access to cool weapons. Yeah, they did a crazy job with the puzzles, where like every dungeon had several different occurrences that was a puzzle. Each boss had 2 different mechanics. Yeah, they greatly expanded upon all that stuff, and that stuff was in Remnant from the Ashes, too. But they just said, let's add way, way more. When did I end up with? Only 3 after that? Oh, I have the armor, yeah. Don't think I've ever used Tampered, so I want to see what bosses it affects. Yeah, that's a good point. I have it on both Chakrams, so I have it on the Frozen, and I have it on the Horror, because I imagine we'll fight a couple of bosses where the Horror is just going to be too advantageous. It is extreme poison, after all. Maybe go the Lich, probably. The thing is, then I have to fight Jade Lich, and I probably want to swap. Glad to see that game doing so good compared to all these competitive games. COD type. Yeah, it did really well. It blew up when it first came out. Anybody excited for Borderlands 4? It comes out soon. I will not be playing that one. Not the biggest fan of Borderlands, and it's also way too expensive, and I'm not supporting it because it's might be done by on AAA games at this point, honestly, the way it's going. We'll have to see. Many are immune to poison, sadly. Yeah, most of like liches are, Dreamer, Immaculate, all that stuff, they are immune to poison. Might get it, but I won't get it new, that's for sure. Yeah. Sail the high seas, as they say, right? Let me turn in these samples here.
You killed the...
I had my...
I didn't think we
I
could
did it,
start.
yay!
You're welcome. We're going to do...
Power up until...
Oi! Over here. So, wonderful new. Now,
I got more
you've,
voltaic
well,
vines.
let's get to work.
Cool.
Can I help you?
Alright, buddy. I need some money to actually pay off a couple of things here. Just talking about waiting for it to get marked down. Yeah, I figured that's what you're talking about. Either way, you know. Client, Borderlands 4 better not be 70. CEO, good news, it's 70. Yeah, I know. That was like the most outrageous comment. I won't buy it just for that, even if I was planning on to. Or to buy it. Yeah, that was outrageous. I can't imagine being that cocky, dude. I admire your stance on video game prices, but Borderlands is a nostalgia series. It's fair, you know. If you're a guy that, like, is super into something, you're gonna probably play it either way. I get that. Like, if Outward 2 was to come out and be 120 bucks, that would be ridiculously dumb, but I'd probably still buy it. I would have to. Alright, we're 70 weight. Let's just go fight through here. Do I have enough durability on this Chakram? I think I do. I tried Borderlands 3 with my brother. It was kind of fun for a little bit, but we barely played like 5 hours. I played Tiny Tina's. I made it pretty far into the game. I made it probably over halfway. And it got stale. Like, the gameplay never changed after the first probably 8 hours. So I never went back and finished it. Borderlands 2 grindy. Yeah, I didn't really... I like the weapons. The weapons are cool, but yeah, it was a bit too grindy. So Borderlands 3 story was horrible. Number 2 is the best. Basically, anybody I've ever heard of that likes Borderlands loves 2 and hates 3. That's like 90% of the people. So what's your thought on the COD 6 Battlefield 7 trailer? Or is it... Most popular comment, this actually made me pre-order Battlefield 6. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured you're talking about. I didn't watch either. I watched some people play the Battlefield 6 beta that they had. It looked cool. Looked kind of fun. not a big Battlefield guy. I don't even think I've ever played any of them. But obviously, I'm pretty familiar with the gameplay. And, yeah, I mean, if it's a quality game, I might try it and play with some people, but... As far as Black Ops is dead to me. They've never really made anything that I cared about. I tried 2. 2 was okay. 3 was okay. They're not really amazing games is the thing. Very generic. Battlefield 6 feels pretty similar to Delta Force. I played Delta Force. It was really fun. The problem with Delta Force is their campaign was horrendous. One of the worst decisions I've ever seen a company make. It was the worst campaign I've ever played. It was terrible. Terrible campaign. I mean, the multiplayer is pretty fun, but... I don't know. I don't usually play multiplayer games that long. I play for about a month, and then I just kind of move on. What I play recently? I play in the finals right now. Anybody played the finals? My brothers got into it, and so I've been playing it with them. It's a pretty fun one. I wouldn't say it's amazing or anything, but it's kind of like... Team Fortress-esque. Yeah, Delta Force is really a letdown right now due to its boring story mode and awful gameplay mechanics. Yeah. Do you know you can find the runes Immaculate near the Cabal of Wind totem in the Antique Plateau? The Runed Immaculate. Did I know that? I don't think I knew that. Cabal of Wind totem. At what point in the game does he move there? Dude, I want to get in the chest. Stop stopping me. And that's actually, like, the best chest I've seen so far. From that spot. Oh, there's double samples at the start? That's crazy. That's crazy. So BF4 hardcore multiplayer is the go. Yeah, I've seen people play that. I've seen people play that. Hampered? Yeah, hampered don't work on small stuff. They die too fast. Yeah, I don't know. Multiplayer games are really fun. The one I got into the most was I played Crucible and Destiny a lot. And then back in Reach days, man. Reach days had the best multiplayer. 4v4, small maps, condensed. You can play Slayer or SWAT. Just good times, man. Just good times. It was more simple. I think the spastic movement of the modern era is what is a letdown. If you can just, like, get 360'd and die from a dude that clearly didn't see you before you saw him, and it's just not that fun. You know what I mean? Reach was much slower and more kind of methodical to it. You like 2D games? Yeah, I like 2D games. I haven't played Captain Claw, though. I have not. Haven't even heard of that, actually. Ooh, sample. But yeah, I love 2D games. I actually think 2D games tend to have better performance. So they're often a bit easier to play. No idea. I went to the Mana Lake for Sugar and saw him around there. What? I've never seen that. Okay, that's kind of weird. I want to check up on that. How? You said it's by the Wind Pylon? Or is it all the way back in the Corruption? I kind of have to know at this point. That's really cool. It probably only happens if you take Sorobore, though. I would imagine. Alright, buddy. You're going down. should have taken a Gaberry wine, but that's fine. I'm gonna do that now, so I don't, like, chug through my entire mana bar. Why is this elemental always staring at me? Might be able to get hampered to work here. Oh my word. Nope, hampered already wore off? What? How? I feel like it definitely applied, but why did it wear off, like, in 3 seconds? There's another sample. The sample mod is working overdrive today. Getting them everywhere. I can hit both of them at the same time. That's super fun. Not gonna be able to finish him, though. That's lame. It would have been cool to get both of them at the same kill. There's a building near there before the corruption. He's around there. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. It's like the giant mansion-looking building right in front of the mantises. Maybe that's where he moves to after the quest. That's super cool. Where'd the Tor Crab go? Was he hiding behind a rock? Sir, come out to play, sir. Man, that's not enough impact for them? Dang. You could walk a little closer here. That would be ideal for me. Goodbye. Ready? Hampered. See how he can't move? There you go. Did that feel super awesome? Not really. Yeah, there's a wooden chest there. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about then. Yep, that would be the giant mansion building. Do we fight the Gastrocene or do we not fight the Gastrocene? I feel like we fight him because the next one I can't fight. He will be a problem. I have no healing. It's not ideal. Hampered might actually be beneficial in these guys. They don't move that much, though. Maybe not. Hampered, there you go. The problem with Hampered is that there's no visual component. Like, I have no idea when I've applied it. Oh my word, dude. The terrain in this area is just so bad. Oh, I just got the external trap. What? That's a joke. That is a joke. How did that not trigger it? Must have been just slightly out of it, man. No, don't heal. Stupid snail. All right, what do you got for me? Nothing. Classic. Classic. Now for the hard part. Let's make sure we get Enrage from our sandwich. So Ruined Immaculate isn't here for Heroic Kingdom. Probably it's a Sorobor Academy thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking it probably is tied to that, because I've never seen him before. Although there's very little reason to go back down there. Unless you were doing Elite Buzu, probably. Kinda cool. Gives me something to try, I guess. Oh, shoot. I need discipline. Does anything I have here? Nope, nothing. Yeah, that doesn't come back for a while. So we are pure runes at this point. That is not great. Why did you think that would work? Alright, I hit all of them. They'll probably follow me even if I run far away. Oh, shoot, there's a wall there! Ah! Alright, so they're gonna fireball him, which means he's on them guaranteed. Yeah, okay. Now I think they're on him because of the decay. Yep. And they probably lose because I damaged them. Oh, if that hits. They're not hitting, though. Holy Blaze. I might just let them deal with them. They have low health. Alright, now he needs my help. He would stop fireballing me. It's like, brother, I'm trying to help you. Who wins? Who wins? They both die at the same time. We'll never know. Kind of bad loot. Alright, so there should be a runed message on the bridge after we interact with this guy here. See this lava thing right here? See that little orb? That is not usually there. How do I do it? Here we go. Interact. So that will spawn this right here, and this says some incoherent language that I don't speak. Tells me to go back to the ancient dweller cave. That, my friends, is where we are headed next. The problem is, it's going to cost me a lot of resources to fight these guys. They are super tanky. Very, very tanky. I almost feel like they have... gargoyles probably have more health. But gargoyles are so weak to ethereal damage, you usually kill them faster. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this mod if you want to try and get this achievement, because it probably works. I haven't been able to test that myself, but I mean, this is an achievement in the game. It's the hardest one to get. I think it's an achievement to find the Breath of Darkness. Can't remember. It's been a while since I got all mine. One of my last ones was make angel food cake, build all 6 specialized buildings, and then I think defeat Caldera arena bosses was probably one of them. There are 75 achievements, I want to say. I feel like that's correct. Yeah, so we don't really need to grab the samples. We're kind of done on those. Kinda done on those. But yeah, I'll be honest. Here's the thing about me, man. When stuff gets hyped, and when stuff gets hyped up by everybody, it makes me hate stuff because it's like it cannot be so good that every person in the entire world is like, yes, you must do this. It's like Silksong came out, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna play this, because like people are already claiming it's the greatest indie game ever. It's like, this is clearly being astroturfed for no reason. But I gotta say, the more I see on it, the more it makes me want to go play Hollow Knight. Because I have seen, I think it was a guy who was talking about the achievements for Hollow Knight and how they're like really tough and stuff. But then he described how to actually do them, and I was thinking, that sounds kind of fun. Like, I don't really like speedrunning. I'm not really a fan of speedrunning culture, per se. But it would be kind of fun to try it. I have speedran Salt and Sanctuary. That game's very fun to speedrun, just because you could go so fast. So, I might do it eventually. We'll see. Might pull the trigger. I feel like Metroidvanias are really tough to speedrun, though. There's so many different paths you could take. Like, you could probably perfect them a lot easier than you can other games. But in terms of actually learning the speedruns, I feel like it's probably pretty challenging. Classic RPGs, you can't really speedrun is the thing. Like, Outward, Skyrim, like, you're not speedrunning these games. There's nothing to speedrun, you know? There is no end to the game. There is, but it doesn't really end. It just keeps going. Said I don't see achievement for Breath, but there's an annoying get all sample items from Evangeline. Oh, interesting. Maybe it isn't an achievement. Maybe I've just been thinking that for some reason. Is that not the right combo? No, it was. We might actually find the Ancient Dweller outside the cave. That is where one of them can show up. I should have plenty of foods for this. Oh, shoot, guys. We forgot to do Ancient Caligray. Let's go do that then, since we're on the way. Ancient Caligray, and I think the Elite Gargoyle we still need to bring down.
Greetings, friend.
Another frozen chakram? Do tell. How funny would that be to have two of those? I got new internet today. It's the same price as my old internet, but it's slightly cheaper for a year. So I was like, go ahead, just put it in. And it's fiber internet, so it's supposed to be better. I haven't noticed any difference. It feels the exact same. So, I'm not sure if that's a good or bad sign. It's just already working pretty well. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to take that. I guess I'll know when I start having problems, or if I don't, you know? These guys are weak to cold. So we'll do double discipline and rage buff, I think. I know I could get their rage buff from the food. And then we'll do another Gabriel wine. I think the Mediz are starting to see me. Love how they named achievements for letting dwellers out. You use lever, see an achievement, and it goes, oops. Yep. Oops. Yeah, they really do point out that letting those guys escape is a complete mistake, you know? You're really not supposed to do that. They are blatantly evil, I guess. So that should be hampered. Notice he's standing there for 3 seconds. If you can tell, I'm not a huge fan of hampered. I'm trashing it at every turn. I'm not a fan. I really am not. It's not horrible. I hope it's better on bosses. But the thing is, again, it's the only enchantment in the entire game that goes on chakrams. What a massive missed opportunity. Now, to be fair, most guns don't get that, or most offhand weapons don't get that many cool enchantments. But the ornate gun does get a really cool one. Gets that AoE enchant. Wow, how'd that miss? Double giant. This is a guy I died to earlier, so I should, like, be careful. This is much harder to fight both of them at the same time. But now I'm not fighting both of them at the same time, am I? I'm fighting one. And staring at his legs, apparently. Aha! Now you're weak to lightning. How's it feel? Ooh, that hurts. That hurt, I can tell you that much. Backpack. Check the ornate chest, because the chest might have something. It does. I have gotten 3 forged glass maces this run. Why 3 of the exact same? I don't know. Doesn't really bother me. Better than a two-handed weapon. What's up, Asia? How's the run been so far? Really, really good. We're out here trashing everything. Crimson Avatar went off without a hitch. That is about all I can ask for. No two-handed? Yeah, no, I mean, two-handed sells for the same, so you just want the lighter option. I think that still hit me. Oh, come on, walk into the trap. Oh, come on, walk into the trap. No, I had it set up perfectly. You suck. And then he shot me point blank. Like that's at all normal. Okay, hampered. Hampered sucks, bro. I freaking hate it. It unironically messes up your gameplay. At least it did there. Dude, this guy is really sucky to fight in first person. The ranged attack is very difficult to avoid, and then all the melees, he swings so wide you have to dodge. Alright, we can check this chest too. I think that's the only thing up here to look at, though. The militia pistol. Not really something I need right now. Now, I believe as soon as we enter the door, we have to fight pure Halle Grays, so we'll go over to the Horror Chakram. Use that instead. Maybe I should buff, though. That'd be a good idea. Where's my wine at? There you are. Lightning resist is pretty nice. Can't say no to that. Oh, who saw that coming? Man, you gotta love that damage. Alright, I need discipline. Thank you. And he's dead. We don't really need anything. Let's just avoid looting for the next 10 minutes, because I don't really need to waste time on that. Drop this. Can I bait him in here? I'd love to fight just the Caligray leader. Nope, not gonna happen. Got both of them? That should have applied hampered to both. I think it did. So there you go. That's kind of a decent use for it. You know, it did pretty good that time. What's up, Praboina? How's it going, man? Ooh, another quartz. I am never getting any more quartz again. Because this run has gotten me way too many. The game is not going to allow it. Sparkling water, and then I should have enough discipline to do this. Now you're poisoned. He'll probably die? Aha! It has enough stagger. Beautiful. Yeah, this is a really good Chakram for Caligray. Completely counters them. Outside of the fact that if they team up on you, then you're in trouble. Give me something good. Well, we finally got the shield. And it is everything I could have asked for. That's what I'm talking about. That is the most covering I think we've had of any shield in the game. Even more than Tower Shield. And what was the other one? Shoot. Which shield was that? I can't remember which one we tried. This is awesome, though. Giant glass pane. That looks so sick. Like, if I'm blocking with this, I'm having a good time. I think the shields get a pretty good enchant. Does anyone know off the top of their head what the shield enchant is? I think it's +4 barrier. So in theory, the Vigilante shield is the best shield in the game because it gives you +4 protection, and then you could possibly get the extra barrier too. It's a lot of extra stats off of just one item. I think the shield has 4. Might only have 2. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't use Vigilante stuff very often. Caligray Elder. Let's do this. Make sure I have Discipline active. Maybe Runic Protection. I don't know. This guy is a little bit tougher. Just a wee bit. What are we doing? Why are we back in the corner? Wow. So first off, that only happened because my thing missed for no reason. Alright, there's Hampered. I do feel like it is somewhat useful against faster enemies. This guy's got more stability, though. Yeah, I can't knock him down. Usually, my basic Chakram... Oh, Hampered, nice. Wow. Yeah, this guy's just getting really good opportunities to hit me as soon as I activate my stuff. So that was the Panic. Removes physical, elemental, and something else defenses. It did a lot of damage. 2 protection and 2 barrier. And some status resist. Hey, and not bad. So it was close to what I thought. Not exact, though. Yeah, what were the enchants you put on yours, Perboina? I don't remember if I checked those. Ooh, smoke? Ah, I gotta drop it. Don't remember if I checked the shield enchants. Stamina potion would be really nice right about now. This cave is done, so now we're gonna go over to Vault of Stone. See if I have any plant tents on me. I do, so we could probably do the gargoyle at the same time. What mini-bosses do I need to go kill? So I think the Hallowed Marsh is defeated. Chersonese is completed as well. Same with Antique Plateau. Meaning I need to scour the entire desert and do the 3 main bosses in Endmarker. That should be the idea. Some buff build up on block, some retaliations, explosions, some fun with shield charge. Just stats is boring. That's fair. I think just stats is good. It is good. But yeah, a little boring. That's fair. Very fair. What's your opinion on telekinesis, Perboina? I remember making a video on it. I think it was the Chakram top 5 video, where I mentioned that I wasn't a fan. Still not a big fan. I'm getting a little bit more use out of it. I think especially in Caldera, since enemies last longer, it is helping. I think without cooldown, though, you're just not going to notice it, because you're not going to even be able to attack the enemy while they're hampered, because your stuff's going to be on cooldown. Kind of odd. Pairs decently well with runes. I don't know. 5 seconds just feels like nothing. Gotta watch out for the Ancient Dweller. He might be around here. I don't think there's anything I have to do in the cave. It should just be go unlock the final fight. I feel like the issue with the hampered effect is that it should lock the rotation of the enemy, so they can't spin and continue to hit you. Yeah, because you might think it'd be kind of useful for, I don't know, getting behind the enemy, but you can't because they just spin around. It's a good point. There he is. He is outside the cave. We gotta buff up while we watch him. I'm not gonna fight him because we gotta fight like 13 of these guys. Ooh, I don't know what I want to use, though. Probably go in and kill the first one and then sleep, so I can repair that. That is not good. As long as we can apply the vulnerability, though, we'll have extra damage in the lightning. Runic protection, please. Make sure the light stays up, and then I'll go water. Probably getting some healing into this would be a nice idea. Alright, Vault of Stone. Let's hope I did the quest right. I should have. I looked at part of it, so... Should be on our way to victory. I don't think he has a lot more health than the She Who Speaks. From what I remember, the She Who Speaks is more difficult, but I could be wrong. Yeah, you have a super cool orb, I get it. Problem with these guys is they are a little annoying to fight. with the Chakram. Because of how aggressive they are, they love to just stand on top of you. Probably one of the main enemies where telekinesis will be useful, though. I think the cooldown on the orb should be much longer. Because here's the thing, if you have multiple people playing, so you're playing in co-op, he spawns more than one orb. Well, no, he spawns one orb, but the orb shoots twice. Kind of a problem. That's a great damage opportunity for my runes, though. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to repair this, guys. I don't see any way out of that. Our damage is not good. So not gonna lie, this looks harder than any other challenge run. It's pretty difficult. And specific enemies have been very challenging. Manticores and these guys are giving me the runaround. Definitely so. Said she has balls, yeah. Lots of them. Lots of them. Constantly summoning those. How are we looking on the repair after that? That was close to full. That was really close to full. Now, here's the thing. We don't have to do the full dungeon, per se. We could probably just bum rush to the bottom and then avoid 2 fights. Let's go discipline early. Pop a couple of those. Because the thing is, once you let them out, there's more. There's an additional 2. So on top of the, I think, 3 at the bottom, there's 3 at the top. Whereas when you enter, there's 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and a mini-boss. There you are. Yeah, I figured you'd do that. It's always their first move. So that's definitely hampered, yeah? There you go. Hampered's really good against these guys. These guys in particular. Wow, that's some reach on you. I think I just got hampered again. That's awesome. Well, I'm not getting hampered, but I'm getting hampered to apply. Yeah, with the extra damage when that got repaired, way better. Do I need a main-handed weapon to use probe? Yes. Probe cannot be used with offhand stuff. Okay, this one is gone. Usually I thought they had a replacement for her, but I guess not. Tell me that didn't look super cool. Tell me that did not look super cool. It lit up the entire room. So there's hampered, I think. Gotta play around these walls. Should be the best way to do this. Hope that there's no others in here. Which there shouldn't be. Alright, so I'm coming around on Hampered for these particular enemies. It's very good for them. I'm still hearing the noises. Does that mean there's another one back here? There might be. Ooh, glass sword. Nice. I can't pick it up though, it's too heavy. Okay, moment of truth. Did I do the quest correctly? Aha, I did. Sweet. Alright, it has been... I've only ever fought this boss a single time. It's basically the exact same as every other Ancient Dweller, so it's not super unique or anything. But it'll be interesting to see if I get surprised or something. If he throws me off in any way. Kinda need every possible buff. This is... I believe he has extra HP. I'm not sure how much. And I want to take a mana potion. Aha. I did the thing. Don't have... Oh, I'll just have to brace him. I don't have discipline potion. Yeah, this one looks a tad scarier. Oh, she's way bigger. She's way bigger and has so much more health. The impact seems relatively unchanged, though. Look how much reach she has. That's ridiculous. Okay, bad place for that. Not sure if this mini-boss has health regen. I feel like probably not. Beautiful little lightning blast. I'm not even halfway through her HP, dude. That's crazy. I'm being really careful, too. Alright, yeah, hampered, thank goodness for that. That's very nice. That lasts a long time. The runes, they give you plenty of time to finish the combo. I might actually get a second Chakram dance if I do this correctly. Can I stagger you? Hampered, putting in work. Maybe one more lightning will finish it off. We did it! The hardest, most secret quest in the entire game. What do I get for my trouble? Wow. Wow. 5 samples. It's a shame you can't do this until the end of the quest, because being able to farm this for samples would be so huge. That's crazy. 5 samples from a single kill. That is such a shame that they lock this to the end of the game. Makes no sense. I mean, I guess if you were building the rest of the town, this is still valuable to you, but... Alright, there's no point in carrying them. I don't need them. It was cool, though. Yeah, so this is her arena. I'm not actually sure what, like, it's blood red water. So that's kind of creepy. And, yeah, no idea. No information on what this thing is, why it's black instead of, like, purple and white. Nothing. Dude, look at their face. They have fangs, and they have, like, hooked teeth. What are these, dude? These are so creepy. Anyway, ta-da! Should probably give her some kind of special drop, but I have no clue what. She should have had a weapon. She should have absolutely had a weapon. For how secret she is, how difficult it is to do, and the fact that it's the last thing you can do in the game, essentially, it's so lame they didn't give her a weapon. It should have paired up with the angler shield or something. So it could probably be a one-handed. So you could use it with the shield. I'm not sure what one-handed, though. They're like a sword, but there's a lot of swords already. Special kind of scythe? That's not a bad idea, considering there are only 2 types of scythes. There's the Crescent and the Ghost Reaper. And if you don't count boss weapons, there's only the Crescent. So having an extra Reaper actually is a great idea. The Dream Ripper. Oh, that's kind of fire. Instead of Dream Catcher, it's the Dream Ripper. Inflicts Aether Bomb. It's gotta inflict Aether Bomb. I feel like inflicting Petrification would be cool. Maybe the only weapon in the game that inflicts Petrified. Since, you know, nothing does. And they do Petrified and Aether Bomb. Or items you can craft into Dweller-like weapons. Touch of Darkness. So you get literally claws. That's a cool idea, too. Petrification deletes enemy drops. Ooh, that's kind of lame. Maybe not Petrified then. So Aether Bomb and Pure Ethereal Damage. There you go. Pure Ethereal Damage and Aether Bomb. And you know what, Proboina? Remember how you know that mod, the weapon balance mod you made? You know how you did the Caldera thing where you have the trainer and you can like sell a variety of skills? Make a skill, right? That lets you summon a purple orb and it shoots 3 times. It's literally their ability, it gives it to you. Awesome. That would be worth doing. That would absolutely be worth doing. Still kind of lame, they have to wait till the end of the game. But if it's a weapon, you can always legacy it, so... Potentially an option. I'm just saying. We gotta sleep here. Because this will let me see the entire valley. That sounds like something that would definitely... Again, I like the idea of having an enemy that drops repeatable samples, because that's like the Concealed Knight, essentially. You can farm that enemy and just keep collecting samples and then go back, sleep 7 days, do it again, right? But the thing is, you know, you're already at the end of the game. By the time you get here, you probably have some saved up. Is it worth fighting an entire cave of one of the hardest enemies to get them? I don't know. Depends on the build. I mean, for this build, I can fight them. They are a strain on my resources, though, is the problem. Why is getting in a tent so hard? What is happening? Let me in the tent. It's something to do with the angle you enter at, but I don't know why this time it's having problems. Alright, there we go. What? Now, of course, now that I did that, now I'm gonna be hot. So let me just take this off. Oh my goodness, game. Hardest task in Outward. Going to sleep. It cannot be done. Could just run past them, all straight to the boss, but does the Breath of Darkness even respawn? Yes, it does. It says on the wiki it does, at least. It says on the wiki that it's an enemy, it literally says in the description, is like the Concealed Knight and respawns every 7 days. I've never tested it myself, so maybe I should, but... Game. We are not going to do this for the next 15 minutes. Please, just figure out how to go to sleep. What is happening to me? I'm gonna lose my mind. Dude, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong, man? How do I go to bed? There we go. Tell me the answers. What's up, Ahmed? Please post videos about Remnant. I might go back and 100% Remnant from the Ashes and Remnant 2. Eventually. I'm not sure when I want to do that, but... Other than that, I can't guarantee anything. Thought maybe ranking the bosses would be fun if I end up ranking stuff again. Because I do want to get back into ranking things. It's pretty fun. I don't know, though. I'm pretty spent on my Remnant content. Pretty much done everything in the game, you know? Not to say I'm against playing it, but yeah. It's a vanilla bug with tents. If you stand too close for the character to get confused with the pathfinding. Oh, okay. What's the strongest gun in Remnant? I mean, which one? The first game or the second game? Remnant from the Ashes? I always liked the spike gun. The bleed crossbow was my favorite. In Remnant 2, I mean, everything's really strong. Monarch was my favorite, though. Dude, this is like the most irritating thing of all time. See, I don't know. Like, the first-person mod breaks it. I don't understand. It's way worse in first-person. It just won't get in the tent, man. I just don't understand. Like, I've done it a million times. There we go. There we go. It's a mini-game. It's a mini-game I'm apparently very bad at. What's this game? It looks cool. It's Outward. Outward Definitive Edition. It's an RPG. It's the game I built my channel on, and it is very, very fun. Though I will admit, what I'm doing right now is not fun. I hate it. I am deeply in pain right now. There we go. The tent doesn't want you, Sheen. The tent's gonna have me whether it likes it or not. And the tent will be quiet about it. Let me inside! Just trying to sleep, man. Just trying to sleep. If it helps, the boat isn't moving. You're not good with plans, so that's gotta be what it is. I did it first try. What? I'm actually too good at this game. And sleep on command? How do I do it? How do I do it, folks? So, Perboina, do you have that mod done yet? My new scythe weapon? Did you get it done in the last 10 seconds? He said out of context is crazy. Yeah, I imagine a lot of what I say out of context is probably not the greatest thing in the world. Not bad like that. We're getting there. Only 4 more days. Okay. Stand perfectly still. You ready? I figured it out. Nope, I thought it did. Aha. Okay, it's an angle. Look to the left. Look to the left as you do it. I think that might be what it is. 30 more seconds. Still waiting for the website to update. Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha. I figured you were on it. Did it move? It did move. Aha! It's in position. Why is it in position? It definitely just skipped a spot. I'll take it, whatever. It was not supposed to have moved yet. But as I am likely as tired as you guys are of sleeping in a tent, I will take it. New worst enemy? Tents. Very true. Next outward guide, how to sleep. What you want to do is... curve the camera upwards. And now I just run away, because he'll die. Poison is very, very good. Triple Gargs. Let's see how this goes. Potentially, I think you could fight all 3 at the same time. I don't know who'd be crazy enough to do that. Or how you would even do it without getting hit, but it's a possibility. Gaberry wine. I'll love that. That'll be good. Totems could do it? Yeah, totems could absolutely do it. A 10-minute guide on how to sleep. Yes. That's how you be a real YouTuber. That's how you get all the views, man. You pick the most simple topic of all time. And you stretch it out for 10 minutes. I don't make the rules, okay? I don't make the rules. And voila. You gotta get off the steps. The game does not like it when you're on steps. Dude, you barely moved. Wait for it. I wanted to try the arc there, but I wasn't sure if it would... Yeah, it wouldn't have done enough stagger. I don't think hampered works on them. Are they immune to it? Because it's not stopping him in his path. Oh, I couldn't quite time it correctly. I got really close. That was almost perfect. Buddy, walk a tad forward. No. Stop backing up. They don't really like the bridge very much. Dang, that's some damage. Oh, I guess that was in my pocket. What's up, the mag? Just follow these 37 easy steps for good sleep, not clickbait. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. The top 25 ways to go to sleep in Outward. Easy and fast. And I can guarantee you nothing about that guide is easy or fast. That is a crazy ability. You die to the disc. Yeah, pretty challenging enemy, all things considered. Is a pacifist run possible in Outward? No, unfortunately not. Because all of these significant moments in which you would want to finish are boss fights. And the only pacifist damage in the game is... But actually, okay, that's technically not true. It depends on your definition of pacifism. So there are two passive damage types in the game. One of them is the ghost. The ghost can deal damage for you. The ghost cannot beat any boss by himself. He is very, very weak, and all the bosses do elemental damage enough to kill him. He will die to every boss. The other option that you could potentially do is Blood Sigil. If you summon Conjure in Blood Sigil, it does a Blood Turret. And Blood Turret is not you dealing any damage. Technically. At the same time, it also is, because it's a magic attack and you have to summon it. So, like, if you stretch the rules, kind of. But once you get to Crimson Avatar, like, you have to deal damage, you know? A good enough decay build, Blood Sigil could solo the entire game. I just don't know if it's... You know, it's just kind of weird. Still, it'd be crazy to see if something like that's possible. Yeah, I'd probably have to do like a poll and see what people think about damage types. Do you think Blood Sigil is passive damage? I don't know. That's the closest thing to it, I think. Didn't you make a top 10 ways to go to sleep with your tent video? Not really. I mean, I guess kind of. If you want to hit me with the technical side, bro, I guess you could count that. I wish they buffed the ghost. The thing is, the ghost is really, really powerful for what he is. He's really good at killing everything up until big monsters. And he gets aggro off of you enough to, like, give you a heal, maybe give you extra time to attack. And he does stagger. A good amount of stagger. It's just once he reaches bosses, he's... I don't know. I don't know how you could fix that, because it's like if you buff him at all, he'd be too good. Like, even if you have to do, like, sequence breaks, if applicable. Can you sequence breaks quest? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure. He's just so stupid sometimes, though. He doesn't follow that well. Yeah, occasionally he does become brain dead. I think the worst offender of that is when you summon him against Gastroscenes. He'll walk directly into the decay ball without doing anything else. He says, oh, damage that can kill me? Okay. Walks right into it, dies.
Greetings, friend.
He is a complete buffoon sometimes. Boom! Quests are completed, people! What's up, Life? How'd you do first person? There is a mod called the first person mod. First person camera mod. I simply downloaded it. Pretty easy. He said, I guess Cabal Hermit does need a buff? Yeah. Cabal Hermit needs another buff. It's not strong enough. I agree. I support this conclusion. I'll bring it up with GM next time I talk to him. Hey, did you know that Cabal Hermits are not actually strong enough? And he'll be like, you know what, Shane, you make a valid point. Actually, what he'd probably do is call me crazy, but either way. Alright, peeps, I need to enchant my saber so that I can do the arena boss. What item? Mole Pig Sigh. What is the item for Mole Pig Sigh? Is that a digested mana stone? It's either digested or ectoplasm. Just started playing again? Nice. If you wanted to stretch logic far enough for a pacifist run, you could roleplay as a nervous guy with a gun that accidentally pulls the trigger. Oh man, that's crazy. That is accurately unhinged for the passive run. I accidentally slipped, and the bullet just shot my friend. I don't know what happened. Alright, well that worked. I have no idea what it's enchanting it with. Yeah, I was right. 5 ethereal. Look at me knowing my stuff. How do I do it? Alright, boots on the other hand. I have no idea what the boots are. Do I care? Let's try digested, see if that works. Alright, that did nothing. So digested is not the way to go. Barrier buff. What would be barrier? I feel like... I have no idea. Be cool if you could make your ghost into a red version. Combine the ghost with like a runic combination and it becomes red. That's a neat idea. Alright, fine, I'll look it up. What's it called, though? I don't know what the actual enchant for it is. Let's do Crimson. Crimson Plate Boots, and the enchantment that goes on it is called... Shelter. Shelter requires chromium shards. Oh! Why? I have no idea. Doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Then we'll be fully enchanted, so we can actually do the arena boss. Whenever we go do that, I don't know when. Put that in there. Put that there, and boom. These are some very fashionable armor. Like armored up boots. Most of the other armored boots in the game are just kind of like not actual metal. One barrier, that's going to do so much. Alright, let's do the desert. I think I want to go there. I don't know what I have and haven't done. I know I killed the Sand Rose Horror, but I don't think I did the beetle. Can't remember if I did or not. I would like... What do I want here? I think I want a couple more of these, and I want some alpha sandwiches. That'd be the play, I think. Hope Outward 2 has more runic combos. It would be really nice if they did, I don't know, something interesting with that idea. Just expand upon... I don't know, like, you have the basic skill tree, right? Which has whatever amount of runic abilities, and then maybe combine them with some other types of magic, and they can do more symbols? I don't know. But yeah, great idea. Ooh, I can finally repair all my equipment. About time. So that should be everything in this area, though.
Can I help you?
I
Yes.
want to travel to Levant, but I don't have rations.
Can I help you?
Let me buy those.
Can I help? Yes.
Goodbye, Caldera. It's been fun. I'll be back later. When I go fight the arena bosses. So, I mean, we're not fully done with the run yet, but what did you guys think of the first-person mod? For those of you that saw, like, almost the whole thing. I don't know, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I hate the whole tent bug. That's kind of annoying, but... Overall, I think the sample mod is amazing. Makes the game more fun to play in Caldera. And... yeah, this was good fun. Picking Chakram really made me have a good time. It's really immersive. Yeah, absolutely. Very immersive. Very immersive.
Listen. All right. All right.
Thank you for that, sir. Now we come in here and we want to drop that off. Do I have 5 tourmaline? I do not. Okay. Sleep in a tent until it is daytime, and then we'll go fight Compass. I think that's the first one I want to do. I don't think I've even done Sunfall Axe yet, so I'll probably have to go over and grab it. Jade Acolyte, Sunfall Axe. Then we'll do Luke the Pearlsant, Virulent Hiveman. I need to double check the Assassin Beetle. I feel like I might have fought him, but I'm not sure. Because I went in that cave and I died earlier to the Shell Horror. I think I might have actually fought him when I did that. Because it was a bad time. Not the greatest death I've ever had, unfortunately. Ooh, I should have made more of those. I'm out. Wish I knew about this mod when I played with my brother. It looks great. Yeah, it's absolutely worth doing at least once for sure. Absolutely worth trying out. Now, we'll see what happens when I do arena bosses, because arena bosses, they kind of up the ante, typically with AoEs, and you know, a lot of times you have to run away and still look at the screen to know what's going on, so we'll see if I can manage to pass those up. Some of them will probably be about the same, but... yeah, never know with arena bosses. Feels like all of the ones that are going to be difficult most of the time are really easy, and then the ones you think are going to be a piece of cake are so tough. I think the one I died to on the Knuckle Run was... did I die to Crescent Sharks? No, I think I beat Crescent Sharks first try. I died to Grandmother. Yeah, Grandmother threw me off for some reason. I have no idea why, but I did die to her. The peaceful rainbow pearlbird. Trog Queen will be easy to do. Just gotta kill 2 rainbows and then teleport over. For the first time ever. Instead of buying a new backpack and doing the whole shenanigans around that. Do Gabriel 1. Enrage. I could have gotten Enrage from this, though. Desert looks really good. Yeah, it looks great in first person. Not too afraid of this guy. should be a sword golem. Let's try and gun him down before the big guy sees me. Wow, you suck for that. Yep, he's looking at me. Come on, buddy. Let's do this. Red is locked and loaded. Wait for the retaliate. He's hampered. Oh, come on, bro. Dude, I can't believe that didn't work. I, like, broke his AI. Oh, my word, he's walking into the trap and then not getting hit by the Chakram. There was no indication of that attack. I think there was no indication because I hampered. Can't know for sure. Nice. Put down another trap. He's hampered right now. That was beautiful. Brace. Did I need to? No, but I can, and that's what matters. Yeah, he's spamming that. I'd spam it too if I had a broken ability like that. Goodbye, sir. Not bad. The spin attack is very difficult to deal with, mainly because hampered just throws you off. There's no actual visual cue if he does it. The spin attack is my bane. Yeah, it's like one of the most difficult attacks to counter in the entire game. Even for basic golems. Yeah, come towards me. Boom, you're done. Runic trap? Totally not broken. No, not at all. Totally not the best thing in the game. Alright, easy compass, Guardian. No complaints from me. Now that that's done, let's see what we got. We already did the triple Gargs, which means the Voltaic Forge Golem is dead. Who else am I thinking of? Let's go do Luke, and then we'll go in the back entrance and check slide, maybe. Maybe we'll go in slide front entrance and check the other way around. Watch this. Boom! Don't watch that. That was terrible. New strategy for dodging the Beast Golem. Instead of backing up, walk forward. They miss you for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like Chakram builds... I don't know, if you were to rank every type of build... I think Sigil builds are at the top. I feel like Sigil builds are probably at the top. Just because the amount of damage they can put out in the amount of time is a bit overwhelming for the enemy. But if I had to go maybe a number 2, it might be Chakram. I'm not sure. What's up, Knight? Does the water level reset? I think it does. I might have to go all the way around. Yeah, the desert looks super cool first person. Very impressive. See if we can slide down this hill. Slide down to the slide. Oh yeah, easy peasy. I like 0 cooldown, elemental discharge. Yeah, I guess that's fair. That one's really nice too. I think it does less damage than Chakram though. Depends on what element. What element are you using? I think when I did it, I used ethereal, maybe light. Ethereal is probably the best. Or just use whatever you need at the time. $60 per projectile. That is high. That is very high. You're hampered. But it doesn't matter because you can still attack, which lets you move. Makes no sense. Said old streams get ads like every 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, because YouTube's pretty aggressive with ads, yeah. I gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, most long format videos are pretty bad like that. That's what I watch whenever I do editing. I'll watch something really long, so it's just like talking in the background. So I don't have to listen to myself talk every 5 seconds. And yeah. Get quite a few ads. So, I guess I'll go down here and check. Does a regular beetle spawn if he doesn't? That's my question. I don't know the answer to that. No, we never killed him. Okay. Oh, you're toasting now, buddy. I mean, you were toast before, but now you're really toast. What? The reach on this man. It was melted. Did not stand up to the power of the great Chakram. What you gonna do, huh? Nothing, you're gonna die. Alright, apparently I didn't fight this guy. I really felt like I did, but... Huh. Maybe it was because it was... Earlier on, I think I had a Chakram, but I had the basic one. It was super weak. Or maybe that was when I had the pizza Chakram. I need some mana, so we'll go with the Gaberry Wine. And probably one of these. Decay damage and ice damage, because I'll probably fight the... do I need to fight the shell horror? Probably not. I could for revenge. Man, the double trap is insane. I love that. It's fun to use because there's an actual skill level to it. You can't just pop it anytime. You have to get enough distance away from your enemy so they can't hit you while you pull it off. Are you just gonna block all day? That's what desert bandits do. Block a lot. Ooh, 3 hits is all it took. Buddy. Get a new hobby, because being a bandit, it ain't working for you. Just ain't working for you. Next up, Luke the Pearlsant. Luke the Pearlsant is actually very difficult. So let's make sure we have Enrage for this guy. That'll be very valuable. What do I not have for the hot weather protection? Oh, thanks, sparkling water. There we go. I love the end game after you get all the Caldera foods. It's so easy to overbuff. Or did I already kill this guy? I remember cheesing somebody with a Chakram at one point. I think that was with the fist only run though. Beautiful. Aha, there he is. Taste my runic magic. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Sit down. That one almost hit me. Brace! Ooh, he's not able to move. That was cool. Wow. The biggest miss I've ever seen. Alright, things just got slightly harder. Gotcha. Wait for them to attack. Boom. Yeah, if they're in the middle of a running attack, they can't stop themselves. For whatever reason. The 20 decay resist and negative 10 stamina cost. If only you could come over here and get that early. I guess you could just buy it, though. They sell it at, what's his face? Smooth the Tailor. Probably about, I don't know, 300, 400. Why does no one understand the Chakram? They just don't get it. They don't get it. They walk right up to it. That's one sick coat, though. Yeah, the Pearlsant Mail is awesome. It's probably one of the coolest fashion coats in the entire game. Probably one of the best looking armor sets, I gotta admit. What? What went wrong? Did I run out of Runic Lantern? Yep, no Runic Lantern. Hard to tell in the sun. Everything's so bright. Another one bites the dust. Should we fight the Wendigo with this? Probably just switch to Horror Chakram, I would imagine. I think he has maybe neutral resistance to decay. I mean, we could probably use this one too. I'm not a huge fan of it though. Again, I like it on a Rustlich build. It's just this build ain't great for it. You want it on a Rustlich armor build, go Cabal Hermit, maybe even Hex Mage, and then it trashes. Especially if you go Hex Mage, because you get the extra elemental damage, and you're tired, so you have mana regen. Like, oof. That build is gonna crush. Don't really need to manage stamina anyway, right? Oh, I need to do this cave, don't I? Because Chakrams don't use stamina. Imagine if they did. They'd be so much worse. If they used stamina and mana. That is not a world I want to live in. Okay, that didn't help me. What did I miss? There we go. 49 hot weather resist. Alright, maybe we buff before we go in, because I remember them being able to jump you pretty easily. Don't have discipline. That is unfortunate. Tor crab sandwich is about to rot. No! I can get discipline if I brace the guy. Bandits are pretty easy to brace. Shouldn't be an issue. Who dares step forth to face me? You? You want to face me? Valid point. Okay, you win. Bye. You made a fool of me. How dare you? Watch this. Are you ready for this plan? So close. We're gonna wait to fight him. We're gonna go kill a mage. Not even close. Like, missed entirely. Kind of a precarious area to fight. Goodbye. Is there a bandit up here? Usually is. Ooh, there's double bandits. Run away, cast trap. It's a flawless strategy. Imagine I'd actually gone Rune Sage and gotten extra damage on all this stuff. Like, man, Rune Sage just is so strong. I mean, my helmet is buffing ethereal damage, but it's only 5%, so... What? What are you doing? Okay, bring him over here. Don't let him hit the trap. Now let him hit it. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Boom! The nuke goes off. Oh, I cast it on his feet that time. You got me, buddy. No, don't hit the trap. Oh, he ran into it again. We want to put it behind him. Maybe, like, up here. Nah, he's dumb. He just walked into it every time. I tried to save his life. He didn't fall for it. Brace? Or focus? Finally, focus is active. That means we can go after the horse. Wow. Who would have imagined you'd use that move? Dead instantly. What a beautiful world we live in. Dang, this Chakram is so good. Yeah, Frost Chakram is where it's at, folks. Let's do Frost damage and Decay, and then we'll pop that Runic Lantern again. Sit down. What you gonna do, buddy? This guy looks a lot cooler first person, because you don't really get to see him very well in third. Why is he wearing runic armor, though? I guess because it has really good defenses. He's actually a little bit hard to hit without taking damage. Good stability. Very good stability for a human. He's got green eyes. Very cool. He's metagaming? It's the meta, bro. You gotta use this armor set, man. It's the best. If you're not using this armor set, are you even playing the game correctly? I hate metas. I do. So let's say that right away. But if there were a meta in Outward, right? So what I mean by that is an optimal build that kind of overshadows most others. What do you guys think it would be? Would it be Rune Sage? I don't know. Cabal Hermit, Rune Sage, Philosopher? Like, just spamming traps? Kind of easy. Min-max or uninstall? Exactly, Jib. Yeah, min-max or uninstall the game. Like, you're doing it wrong. People believe that, dude. They really do. I don't know what that build would be. I really do feel like it might be runes, but then you go up against bosses and runes are not as good. Still very easy, though. It's mainly the fact that... So for melee combat, enemies, they have input reading, right? So if you attack them and they're able to, they'll read it and they'll dodge. Especially you could see this against humans. They love to dodge your attacks. Whereas if you put trap down, there ain't no input reading. Like, they're walking into that if they come near you. You know, there's nothing they can do. So, especially against, say, Taunosaurs, it'd be pretty good. Because they just walk right into it and get blown up. Is that all of them? I got 1, 2, 3... And there's a 4th one on the bottom level? No, I'm missing one, I think. Maybe not. I think we go down. Yeah, we go down and there's a right room by an ice witch, and then we go to the bottom. Alley-oop. Whoops. I fell slightly too far. It's all good. It's all good. Let's go... Water. Maybe rebuff with this. Can I get another Gaberry wine? You got plenty of these. Let's just eat them, man. We do not have to be stingy with that. What I really want is more discipline potions, though. Should buy those at the mage and I go back to town. Aha! There you are. That's what it looks like when you do it correctly. Yeah, chakrams are also very fun because... Interesting. Not just chakram, but chakrams and runes are really fun because they use so much mana and they don't use stamina. So if you want to make a tank mage, it's surprisingly easy to do so. I really didn't even try to do that, and that's what I have. Highly defensive mage. Wow, way to dodge. What a pro. If you hit me one more time, there will... Oh, there's another guy. She can hit you through the floor? Oof, this area is really bad in first person. I have to move too much. I wonder if I can hit them through the wall. Ah! My light went out. How come the bandits can see, but I can't? Where's the other bandit at? Did he walk into a trap? Oh my word, I'm sick of you. I mean, what's our defense, dude? 77 and 10 protection? Wow. Alright, now that we read that, let's go pick up the backpack. And we'll go down to the bottom level. I'm gonna drop that arrow too. Don't need that. I don't think this is the way down. I think I have to go over here. There it is. Okay. Make sure to roll so I don't fall too far. Ooh, the elemental's out. This is what I say to that. Dang, my damage on elementals is kind of bad. Oh, no, I fell. Buddy, I hate to break it to you, but you're not doing a whole lot of damage. Kind of a fun build idea. Do the Silver Knight build. Wonder how good that'd be. Maybe really good, because they dodge every 3 seconds. I'm gonna brace you, and you're gonna be really annoyed about it. I warned you. Ooh, so close to the kill. Oh, I got him! He can't move! Haha. Yeah, I mean, Hampered is, I guess, decent. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. Very mixed feelings. I feel like there should have been another enemy down here. I know the giant can spawn down here, but he's only here during Holy Mission Faction Quest. It would be cooler if he was always here. The Dark Knight build with fists and Chakram. Ooh. That would be hard to do. But I like the theme. I like the theme idea you got going on. Let me drop something. What do I want to drop? This, it weighs 8. And... do I need a pickaxe? No, I do not. Oh no, look at my health. Whatever will I do? Nothing, because I'm playing Rune Sage. Now we exit the dungeon, and I believe Virulent Hive Man is the last enemy. Yeah, it's probably not a horrible idea to go back and check the Sandros, but I'm almost 100% sure we did it. Because I think I grabbed the wolf backpack during this playthrough, didn't I? Yeah, I went over and grabbed that when I had the Chakram. I think I had the pizza Chakram. I crafted them. And Bloody Alexis... is Bloody Alexis alive? I don't know. No, Bloody Alexis is dead because we had to grab the green mushroom under town. I would have killed her by then. So that's done. That should be the only other mini-boss that I can think of. Tartine! Excuse me? Don't tell me I need a T on top of that. Wow. Yeah, heavy armor makes a big difference if you have a negative. I respect you for not succumbing to urges of picking up every item like I do. Yeah. Trust me, I'm not always like this. Sometimes I do pick up everything. I'm just at the end of the game, so I don't need anything. Especially with Caldera, me saving up foods, I definitely don't need anything. So there's not a huge reason for me to grab every item I can find. You know what I could try, guys? I didn't think about that till now, but there is a mod. I think Benji's the one that made it. It is a boss rush mod where all of the arena bosses, you don't have to unlock them. You just go turn in a unique item and you can fight them all in a row. I wonder if that would be more fun instead of me walking around each region. I might try that tomorrow. That could be a really cool idea. Anybody down for that? Yeah, sit down, buddy. And that is hampered, I think. Again, very hard to tell. I wish they would have given it a visual cue. They gave a visual cue to, like, every other status except that one. And I get it. It's because, hey, the enemy's not moving. There you go. But it's not that obvious. Ooh. That, my friends, can turn into a palladium. Now let's go ahead and swap chakrams. The only problem with the boss rush thing is I don't know how you do it. How do you buff in between each round? Like, you're gonna have to have a ton of items. Maybe minimal buffs, I guess. You could do it minimal buffs, in theory. Still, you're gonna want enough water. So you need, like... How many bosses are there? There's 4 in every region. So, 20. Plus the 6th region... There's 3 in every region, plus the 4th. The 6th one has 4. So, probably about 24, I think. 24 bosses in total. So you have to have 24 water, 24 tartines. Like, that's a lot. Is there no break in between? I believe after you beat it, it gives you a rest period. So you do get a break to buff, but I'm not sure, like, do you get to go back to your house and grab buffs? I don't know how that works. I haven't tested it before, so I don't know. I'm very interested to find out, though. Do you guys know how annoying you are? Do you? I don't think you do. Bugmen. Look at the poison go! Yeah, I'm not... Benji did say you get a break period, but I'm not sure if it spits you back out and then you go back in. I'm very interested to know now. Because what if that's how it works? So after every time you beat it, you get the unique items, and you'll get 2 of them. So you have enough to at least to go back in. Kind of makes sense. I'd love to know from someone who's tried the mod, but I don't think I know anybody who's tried it. Alright, let's go with the buffs. We'll do fire damage, because I need that. Ancient Hive time. Is there a reason to come in here early on in the game? I don't think so. Maybe if you wanted materials, maybe bug parts, you could craft stuff with it. It's a possibility. Single this guy out because he's alone. Alone and unprotected from the world. Shall die to poison. Or the chakram. I got diseased? By what? There's not even a hive man here. What an outrage. I think they're... Oh, there he is. Oh, he's at the top. He somehow saw me. You're poisoned. Die already. Dude, the horror chakram is insane. Now I don't know when to fight. He's burning from the other enemy, but he's poisoned from me. So his aggro's just, what do I do? What do I do with my backpack? Alright, he fell down. Let me see if I can figure this out. I don't do this part much. So this goes all the way up. It's actually pretty cool. There just isn't really anything up here. I almost feel like there should have been an ornate chest up here. Panacea? Heck yeah, Panacea cures it. That's what I'm talking about. Caldera potions do be working. How do I get down there? Don't remember. Well, there's a hole here. I feel like this hole is death. I gotta try it out. No fall damage. So we're on the back end. I think this is where the Virulent Hive Man is. Yeah, this is like the top end. You can fall down here. Super fun, happy slide, yeah. It's a pretty cool slide. There are, I think, 3 of those in the game. One of them is in the Great Tree with the dinosaurs. There's one here, and then the other one is in the other hive in Endmarker, I believe. Where you can kind of slide down into another area. Ooh, hampered. Nice. Check discipline. Discipline has 50 seconds. So I need to either kill them or brace something. I chose to brace. Boom, they're both poisoned. Dude, the poison buildup's kind of crazy on that. I thought it was lower, so it took more hits, but no, it's instant for some reason. How do I deal with you, buddy? I'd like to wait out your little minions if I can. Whoa, he has a heal? Alright, never mind, I won't wait you out. Didn't know he had a heal. Oh, I got another hive infestation. How dare you. Boom. Oh no, my skill's not active yet. Sit down, buddy. It's so close to being active, too. Ba-boom! I think the idea of telekinesis is maybe it's supposed to set up your disc ability. Maybe it's supposed to make that easier to hit. Feels like the idea. Alright, we're gonna take another Panacea. So that should cure both of those. Dude, if you want to have an easier time, go to Caldera, loot some ornate chests, get you some Panacea, come back and tell me how it went. First off, if you survive that adventure, which you probably won't, get that Panacea and cure stuff throughout the game that's annoying. Be a good time. I need another wine. And then I think I ran out of my mana regen. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so there are a couple assassin beetles. We killed one, so I believe there are 3. There's either 3 or 4 left. The question is, where are they going to come from? So this is back up in the middle. There you are. Put down this trap. And you're done for. Ooh, walked right into it. It's a little assassin beetle nest. There's a bunch of them in here. The desert is very common for bugs. They actually, I don't remember what quest it is, but one of them, they talk about the fact that a lot of caravanners have trouble getting through the area because there's so many bugs. Yeah, horror weapon is like an end game weapon for some reason. Okay, peeps, I believe that is Endmerker Forest done. This is not Endmerker Forest. The Abrasar Desert, my bad. You know what that means. Manticore, First Cannibal, and the other one that I forget the name of. What's his name? The Hive Lord? No, it's something else. What's up, Madius? Don't remember his name. I always forget that one. I think I'm going to use Horror Chakram on them. I've been using this one most of the game. Horror Chakram is feeling really solid right about now. I don't need money, so let's just drop it if we're overweight. Don't need the money, man. I can get money very easily. The hives are so cool. I really do hope they explore a little bit more of the lore of the hive in Outward 2. They're a very cool enemy. I guess there's not really that much to explain, though. They're basically just dead. And then bees, like, reanimate the bodies. And that's probably all there is to it. First-person mod seems really cool. Any nasty glitches you've encountered? The only annoying thing that I've encountered is sleeping in a tent. Sleeping in a tent does not work correctly. So, like, if I was to put a tent down and get inside of it, it would take me multiple tries, because you have to, like, look up and down and try and get the right angle to actually let it get inside the tent. It's very odd. That's the only thing, though. Actual combat hasn't had any issues. Brace! What you gonna do? Nothing. You're stuck there. And that really wasn't a big deal, because you only sleep like once at a time, right? Until I had to do the arc. Then it annoyed me, but... I usually don't fight this encounter. I'm feeling froggy, though. Wow, lame, dude. I had that figured out, and it didn't let me. Horses are immune to poison, I believe. You missed, stupid. Ah, nailed him and the horse. That was perfect. You know, it begs an interesting question. Why are the fire dudes and the horses even in the desert in the first place? I legitimately don't know the answer to that. Let's try... I still want to try telekinesis on the shell horror. I haven't done that yet. I feel like it might actually be pretty good on them. So we'll use Decay, and we'll use... probably Ethereal. I remember encountering them and thinking I can handle them. Guess what happened? You died. Did I get it right? I bet I did. Yeah, they're really tough to fight. There's my last Tartine. No! The sadness sets in. He said, absolutely, yeah. You got wrecked. That's what happened. Lightning! Ooh, beautiful. Don't you dare heal. Oh, wrong ability. Okay, what the heck do I do? Do it. Do what you're gonna do. Uh-oh. The little guy saw me. Haha, you're frozen in place. Okay, he did hit me, but I got off the ability. Ooh, he's hampered again. So hampered's really good against the shell horrors. Like, really good. I think anything that's going to be super aggressive towards you, it'll probably shine there. So they even tried to run. Yeah, they're tough to run away from because they're fast. The horses in particular, man, might be one of the fastest enemies in the game. They seem to always catch you. They're one of the only things you can't run away from unless you have actually good speed. At least I think so. Might be another mantis around the corner. Nope. So let's think about Endmerker. What mini-bosses exist? I killed the barrier guy. I killed the skeleton. They're both dead. I think it's just the three, man. I think it's just them. Yeah, because I did the Cabal Hermit, too. I ended up fighting him with Chakrams because I couldn't kill him with traps. So Thunderstores are quick, too? Yeah, absolutely. Aggressive melee enemies best countered with hampered. Seems like it. I think, again, I think the cooldown helps, though. I think without this cooldown, I wouldn't be able to use it enough. Maybe going Harmattan would have been better. Though, I don't know. I'm not having too many issues with it. The moonlit sky is gorgeous. Oh, yeah. You got to get the... Where's this at? There you go. Look at that view. Yeah, if there's anything the Abrasar Desert is, it's gorgeous. Nighttime is something else. My materials are pretty fast, too. I wonder how they compare to the horses. Horses are probably faster. Gargoyles are super slow. You can always run away from them. Ancient Dwellers. I bet you Ancient Dwellers have comparable speed. They seem to catch you constantly. They're either on your tail or you're dead. You know, that's all there is to it. Alright, desert cleared out. Let's do this. I don't know how much money I need. Should have it, though. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the potion guy. Would I need discipline potions? That should have been it. Talk to me, please.
How can I help you?
Discipline. Oh, I never made the ornate chakram. There's a cool enchant that goes on this. It didn't really fit with the build I had. I went a different route with it, I think. It would have been fun to try, though. If I had taken Hex Mage, I would have definitely done it. Now, what do I want to do? I want to repair my weapon.
Listen. All right.
That's done. How's this man carrying a... He's literally hitting metal with a two-handed hammer. This guy's crazy. Did you get the flask for Brand? No, I haven't, actually. That is a very good idea. I'll grab it while I'm here, and then I'll grab the blacksmith hammer while I'm in Berg. Still undecided on whether I should use that on bosses or not. The negative 10 mana cost makes a huge difference.
How can I help you?
Where are you? 700. Can sell the dagger? Now let me see what we're at ration-wise. 8 rations. Good call on that one.
Can I help you?
I'm gonna buy more rations, because I can.
Can I help you? Yes!
Then I'm gonna go over to Berg. Actually, how much money
Can
do
I
I
help
have?
you?
Yeah, I think I had plenty.
Yes!
Pretty sure I had plenty. Ugh. Ignore my yawns. Let me see. I would probably check the alchemist again. See if she has any more discipline potions. Then who has the blacksmith hammer? Should be the blacksmith. I'm out of stamina. Pretty sure. I've got Frosted Delight, but it's not a lot.
How can I help you?
Yes, you. I would like your discipline potions, please. And then maybe that, in case I get corrupted while I'm out. Let me check the cook.
Want to buy?
The cook has... probably about 4 of those. Thank you. I think all the merchants here had a chance to
How can I
drop
help
Gabriel
you?
wine. Or sell it. I didn't check the mage, though. Did anybody see?
How can I help you?
Nah, she don't have nothing. Oh man, can't get up the ramp. There we go.
Hey there.
Blacksmith hammer. 4 to 34? Yeah, 34 is an insane number for just Berg. Put you in there. Now we're looking a lot better. I'm running out of water, though. That sucks, because that water is really useful. Let me cook up some of these tartines. I think I have enough torque crab sandwiches for the healing. Yeah, I've got plenty. And then we'll use the mage tent to change to daytime. Do NPCs have loot if for some reason can be killed? None of them can be killed that I know of. Except for Zephyrian, he dies. Cyrene dies as well. And she's not lootable, I don't think. Does she have loot? She might drop her sword and shield. I don't think so, though. Pretty sure almost any NPC that dies doesn't have loot. Unless they get flagged as an enemy. Like, if you kill Yazan, Yazan does drop his sword. Off we go! We'll do first Cannibal, then we'll go around and we'll do the Hive guy. Afterwards, we'll hit Royal Manticore. She's using the same hammer. Imagine it disappeared when you buy it. That'd be funny.
How can I help you?
Kinda want another one of these potions. Does she have one? Nah. I forgot that if we go do Virulent Hive Man, I have to be corrupted. Not Virulent Hive Man, the Hive Lord guy. Gosh darn it, what's his name? Because all of the big dudes, they're called Hive Lords, but that one is something else. Never remember. I used to just call him the Hive Lord, and then I learned I was calling him the wrong thing. Get some of that mana regen going, huh? start of this cave is all fire-based, so I think what we do is we use the ice chakram, and then we'll swap to the horror for the later parts of the dungeon. That way we can kill all the hive dude or the fire dudes super fast. Get them done with. What is my fire resist in general? Just 20? Yeah, it's not that great. Imagine you were to do the boss rush thing and you got the fire boss instantly. It's like, uh-oh. How the heck do I deal with that? Might be a good idea to have Jade Lich Mask, Gold Lich Mask just on you in case you need them. Here we go. This is a really cool looking cave. If you walk up to it and look up, it looks far less cool. It looks very awkward. The perspective is off. This guy is still alive. What's his name? Researcher Boy. Huh. Not much of a name, huh? Discipline. Who wants some of this chakram business? I'm dishing it out for free. You're done. Oh! Trying to sneak up on me. Not gonna work. Yeah, I mean, with Element of Vulnerability, this sword becomes a little bit better than it would usually be. Still not the best sword in the game, but very nice. What's up, Duke? Wouldn't it be funny if you could bring up your corruption using potions? Bring a friend that never played and give him 100% corruption? Ha! I think you're confusing the word fun with devious. Fair game. But definitely devious. Let's see what I got here. Is that enough? Nice. Oh, I could have totally rushed him down there. I'm on a ramp. Goodbye, Elemental. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. It did more than it usually does. Sculpture really nailed the detail on the nostrils. Yeah. Stare right up into it. And there's some trash loot, bro. Now, the horses are usually a very difficult encounter, but I think because we have runes, it's not going to be a problem. Yeah, the first-person mod does get a bit wonky when you're on uneven terrain. It's not a first-person thing, it's in general, like the game does that, but you don't notice it in third person. That specific attack is probably one of the most tricky attacks in the game, because it comes out so quickly and has so much reach. Kind of a crazy dungeon if you really think about the lore. There's so many dead Burning Men just sitting in this dungeon. I love that your build's going well enough that you almost never use a primary weapon. Yeah, that is a really fun way to play. It's a really fun way to play. You can very rarely do that. Typically, most builds are based around their melee weapon, but yeah, it's just one of those situations where I'm full-on mage. Don't think we need much else. Yeah, I have both of the stamina buffs, so we're good. Don't know where the ghosts are. I think they're a little bit further back. It is still nice to have to conserve some mana if I want to, though. And the ghosts actually are a really good light source. We are going to bum rush him. Because I think I have all my buffs up. Let me double check discipline really quick. Okay, we're fine. We also have brace, so if we run out mid-battle, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, I hear him. That means he's in the hallway. I wish they would have made it to where the ghost doesn't aggro him as quickly. Although I guess the ghost got trashed. It's kind of lucky. I definitely mistimed that. Hampered. I mean, if the enemy's big, it works. It works really well. It's a lot easier to apply than I always thought it was. Like, look, he's just stuck sitting there. He can't do anything. And then I can cast the big runic detonation. It's actually very specifically good on this build, where I can exploit it. Because usually you can't exploit it very well. If you're playing just Chakram, Hamper doesn't do anything for you. But, I mean, this combination is perfect, man. Absolutely perfect. The glorious Sky Crown Mace. This thing is beautiful. The difficulty level of Outward drops probably 45% the second you pick that weapon up. It is truly a work of art. Okie dokie. That was one boss down. He was pretty easy. Not particularly weak to decay, so the damage wasn't the best I've ever seen. Stagger was really nice, though. And freezing him in place is perfect. Well, I have a feeling that Caldera horses are more difficult than regular ones. I think they have, I don't know if they have more health, but I do know there are two different variants. The Caldera horses are often not actually the regular horses. A lot of them are electric versions, so they inflict Holy Blaze. Some of the horses are still fire ones, so that they can burn you, and then the other ones will shoot Holy Blaze balls that'll, like, take your health down way faster. It's kind of easy to tell once you know. You can see the difference. The lightning ones are a little bit more lit up. The Holy Blaze balls, yeah, it's kind of a funny phrase. Now, the next boss is actually very weak to this damage type. The Manticore? The Manticore is, I mean, neutral to decay, I think. Maybe even resistant to it, but overtime damage will help. Kind of wish I had a stability potion for her. That would be a lot better. I will not be cold. I refuse. Okay, apparently what I want doesn't matter. What's the other thing I wanted to do? I wanted to maybe get... I've got mana regen. Let's just pop this so we have it. Can't hurt to be prepared. It's a bit of a trip, actually, now that I think about it. Alright, gentlemen. Who wants blown up first? Come hither. Oh, it didn't kill him? There's no way it didn't kill him. Backpack is getting in my way. Ah, he hit me. He hit me for about 5 damage. I gotta retire. My outward career is over. Not allowed to take any damage. Man, we fought the matriarch. The lightning matriarch. Man, she got destroyed. Perfect build for her. Hello. I have decay damage. Are you ready? Look how easy that was to bait. That was way too easy to bait out. Oh, and you're poisoned. What are you gonna do? Gonna die? Yep. I almost feel as if, you know, this region has a couple of enemies that are somewhat more random. So they have the Blue Ranger, who is the Bandit Manhunter, and then they have the Giant. They're single enemies that can show up in a lot of different spots, and I still think it would have been cool to have another Wendigo. I mean, if the first cannibal's in this region, there definitely could be at least another Wendigo. Though maybe the idea is that there isn't supposed to be. They can't survive this region easily because this is where all the hunters are. And so that's just like the only one because he's so deep underground people can't get to him. Maybe that's why he doesn't exist. They're pretty fun random enemies though. If they jump scare you, it's always quite a moment. Patch of butterflies. What's my durability on this? Pretty good. Always leave the giant alone because I feel bad for him. That's fair. Lore-wise, it is kind of sad. I mean, all the giants that are out in the wild technically got kicked out of their own family, which is definitely not great when you just go murder them for their weapons. What's up, name? Wendigo's too cold for the forest. Gotta stay in Cierzo. Yeah, gotta stay in the icy regions, I guess. With the snow. Yeah, I can't, Wendigos are essentially a representation of the evil or the corruption in humanity. It's supposed to represent the path they can go down should they succumb to too much corruption. Because corruption is natural in the world. Right? It's just in a massive quantity right now because of the Scourge. The only things that show that corruption exists outside the Scourge are the Wendigos. And I think that's what they're supposed to be. Goodbye. Pretty good on damage over time builds, now that I think about it. They just let the damage over time do its thing while they stand there. It's a very weird ramp up here. Here's what I need explained. You ready? This is the lore I need to know. What's with this tree? How come all these trees are gigantic, and then there's this random one that's 2 trees put together? 3 trees. I need to know. Maybe that is one big tree. It just gets spread out as it goes up. I'm not sure. Do your armor damage bonuses have effect on your Chakram? In general, yes. For me, no, because I'm using cold damage no damage, and ethereal and fire, and this one does decay. Now, when I use the frozen, absolutely. That's 11% extra damage, which is really nice. But not this one in particular. What's up, Weedy? Love your videos. Can I ask which armor pieces you're using? I am currently using the antique plate salad, I think it's called. It's what you craft from the blacksmith in Harmattan. I enchanted it with economy, so it has really good stamina and mana regen. Then I have the wolf plate armor for my armor piece. It's really good for defenses in general, just high physical defense. And then my boots are the Crimson Plate boots, which have nice ice bonuses and also more physical defense. If you could sit down, sir, that'd be great. Aha, he's hampered. My setup is perfect. Ah, almost perfect. Slightly flawed. And then for my weapon, I have the Jade Scimitar, which has a little bit of decay damage on it. Not much. Mainly using it for the -10 mana cost. And then my other weapon is just a random Chakrams. I decided to use Frozen as the best one, but... whichever one I happen to have at the time. Let's do Gaberry Wine here. I want to check these buffs really quick. Hot weather and stamina. I think a little bit of barrier too. They do mainly decay damage, which is also what I mainly do. And I want some healing from a Tor Crab sandwich. Ooh, alpha sandwiches. Forgot I had those. Build looks really fun. This is one of the most fun builds I've ever played. It's an idea that I've had for a long time to pair up runes with chakrams, and I've never done it. And yeah, it's easily one of the most fun builds I've ever played. Yeah, I get it. Can he just stand on my trap and it not activate? That is outrageous. Alright, now to deal with the bug infestation. Oh, come on. That did not miss. I would like some panacea, please. Thank you. What do you have? Occult remains? Watch this. Lightning rocket. Mana's looking alright. I need another Gaberry Wine, though. Where is it? There it is. Now that I know how easy it is to get Gaberry Wine, I might stock up on more of those in extra runs. We'll see. We'll see how greedy I am to block everything. He hit me, I took no damage. Put down one of these, cast red again. Anybody come over here and step on this, you will die instantly. Oh, maybe not instantly. Dude, what's with the hive infestation? It's way too aggressive right now. Getting hit by it every time. It might be because in first person I can't really see where it's at, so I'm just kind of standing in it. That doesn't feel good. Oh, it nailed me. Let me take another panacea. How much you want to bet I have to take one after this guy, too? For me, infestation is just unavoidable. It might as well be sometimes, man. Might as well be. Still in a fight, but I don't know what's aggroed towards me. Alright, we gotta repair the Chakram a little bit, because it is getting broken. So we'll do 1, 4, and whatever we need for that. Let's not fight during nighttime. Fighting this guy at nighttime is actually awful, because you can't see the bugs. They're nearly invisible unless they're on top of you. I think I'll buff before I go out. That might be the best idea. Let's take wine first, so it doesn't use up as much of our mana. This will give me enrage. Is there a way for me to get discipline without using focus? I don't think so. I could take a potion, but I'm not going to. Mainly going to be dealing decay damage. I imagine this is kind of a lengthy fight. Because fire, I think, is usually a little bit better. Take a barrier. I think I already have barrier, though. No, I didn't. Like that cold disease, I catch it right as soon as I get a cold. Oh yeah, that one's pretty bad. A cold, those are bad like that. As soon as you get any amount of lower temperature, those just proc immediately. Those are different though. Those have a very high chance because essentially every second they roll like whatever percentage it is to inflict on you. So the longer you're in a cold area, it's just almost guaranteed. Oh yeah, I don't have a stamina buff. Kinda need that, don't I? I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna nail him with that. Couldn't avoid it. I tried, but wouldn't let me. This guy's very aggressive, so we want to make sure we hamper him as soon as possible. That is slightly too slow. Ooh, that under duck. That was awesome. Nice, he's hampered. Wait for the explosion. He's hampered again. Okay, hamper is way better than I thought, guys. Way better than I thought. He's just attacks too fast. I could probably back up out of it, I think. That might be the play. Brace? What is going on with Brace today? It's like the third time I messed that up. I think he's turning a little bit too much, so the game's kind of spinning him around me. Look at our resistance, though. 92 physical resist, guys. 92. At 100, you're immune to physical damage. And I believe this guy does mostly physical. Might be a little bit of decay. What's up, Giant Dad? I play co-op and I almost never get cold. But my bro always is right as soon as he gets you're going cold, yeah. It does depend on the armor sets. I mean, if you wear stuff like this, this has a natural defense of 7. This one has 10. And this one has 6. So this armor combination actually makes me really resistant to cold. And I didn't even plan that, just happened. Yeah, my defenses are doing their job, that's for sure. It's nice to be able to play a tank mage build, though. It's very rare. A very rare thing. Now, I can't really take elemental damage. I can some things, like ethereal and cold don't do that much to me, especially with my 7 barrier. Which is coming from almost entirely foods. But like if I get hit with lightning, fire is actually the worst because it does overtime damage. Where's that potion? I want to drink that. You two, come here. Awesome. Yeah, this build ended up with a lot of protection. I think without foods, I have 7. It's a pretty good amount. 2, 3, and 2. I haven't really noticed the downsides of the armor almost at all. The extra stamina costs, I think we negated that pretty well, considering we're not using the luxury tent. The first snowflake that falls in Chersonese always gives me a cold. The very first one? That's funny. Mine is Sorobore. When I'm in the Antique Plateau, I get a cold so quickly, it's ridiculous. Because I'm usually there, and I'm not prepared to be there yet. I'm just trying to grab something, but the game hates when I do that. I gotta drop this. Don't really want to waste race on him. Making a 100% resist build was fun, but I had one weakness. Only 65-ish impact resist, so enemies were just throwing me around. Yeah, it's pretty hard if you play an actual melee build that blocks and you don't have impact resist, because you just get thrown around like a ragdoll. Yeah, petrification is always an issue. Thankfully, really not that many things do it. I think gargoyles and ancient dwellers are the only two on top of the boss. Because gastrocines, they do plague, right? Plague is its own problem, obviously. It's its own thing. Man, took forever to get over here, dude. Wonder where he's gonna be at. Is he gonna be in the back or in the front? I'd rather him be in the front. The back is very annoying. The back is covered in grass, so I can't see anything. I'm honestly glad no unknown arena boss does petrification. Yeah, thank goodness. Thank goodness. That would make hardcore runs a lot more difficult. It's weird that the hardest part about the hardcore runs really is the arena bosses, but by the time you get to them, you're so prepared with buffs and stuff that typically you do win. Like, I haven't lost to an arena boss yet. I've gotten close, really close on the Great Hammer run. But as long as you know what you're going into and you prepare accordingly, you know, you don't just throw on the build you have and walk in, then you will die then. Gotta switch up armors a tad, at least, in my opinion. Alright, Manticore, where are you? Gonna be a little bit harder to see her in first person. The last Manticore I fought utterly and completely annihilated me. That makes me pretty cautious. Wasn't Knuckles versus Sharks really close? Yes, very close. But that wasn't hardcore, that was just the hardcore prep, essentially. I needed some practice with Knuckles, because I haven't played him in a while. I just wanted to do a fun build, too. That will not be the build that I do with hardcore. The hardcore build will be much more optimized, trust me. Though I'll probably stay away from Wind Infused still. Depending on what I choose. He's got to be back here, right? I didn't see her. Ah, there she is. Fighting what I can only imagine are bandits. So we're going to stick with the Horror Chakram because I feel like the overtime damage will help. It might be a mistake because it does lower our damage output. I'm going to run with it anyway and see what happens. Let's take a stability potion. I will likely... I'll take a shimmer potion for this boss. This boss is something else. I think I'll probably just take a discipline so I have focus if I need it. The problem is if I get extreme poison, I'm basically already dead. Kind of. I need both of my stamina buffs. Nope, I already have that one. I need this one. Okay. In theory, we should be prepared for this. See if I have a fire varnish. That would have been nice for some melee, but nope. I'm just gonna eat that, I think. Alright, she can move because she can jump. So Hampered actually does nothing for us in this fight. We're going to rely on the Chakram. Don't have Confusion. That is very helpful for staggering her. She's backing up really well out of that attack. I think we're just going to have to stay in close and melee. That's why I took the stability potion. That's a tough attack to avoid. Yeah, we don't quite have enough impact. That works if I can get Hampered on. Can't quite see what she's doing. Got her. Thought that was Hampered, it wasn't. I got it off, but I can't see anything, man. Fighting Manticores is really bad first person. It was bad earlier. I was hoping it would get a little bit better, but it is not. It is just as difficult. I am poisoned. And that didn't work for some reason. Yeah, Manticore is just really bad first person. I can't see anything that's happening. We did it, but it was really close. That poison, if I hadn't finished the fight soon, I would have been dead. I would have absolutely been dead. Beautiful loot, though. This boss fight either goes really well or really badly. Yeah, typically that is the case. Yeah, their movement is really... Here's the thing about their movement, though. It's their tail swipe. Because their tail swipe, which is a backstep and then a spin, looks exactly like when they backstep and then bite you. And the thing is, the tail spin is slower while the bite is faster. So you think you have a chance to attack, but then they do that. And it's like, ah, messed that up. I realized there's a dead Manticore body here. Huh. So yeah, really tricky. Any amount of fire damage, I don't even know if I could have used because there was no time for me to hit with the sword. I did get one really good rune cast off. Swap the Elite Thunderstore with this Manticore. but with a little tweak. You're saying for the arena boss? It would be harder, probably. Are the amount of buffs needed, or can you beat the game without all the potions? I don't really like temporary buffs. You can absolutely beat this game without buffing constantly. The thing is, it is much easier when you do so. But yeah, you don't really need to buff all the time. The optimal buffs that you have to play the game is water. You need to always have a water buff on. You need to always have a stamina buff on, which is likely going to come from tartines because they're the easiest to craft. Those two are required. You want your tent buff. Your tent buff comes from sleeping in a tent, and it lasts way longer. That one lasts like 2,000 seconds, I think. So that one you can just kind of look down, make sure you have it. If not, sleep real quick. And then after that, like, boons are usually really good. So Enrage is more impact, Discipline is more physical damage, and then all of these are more elemental damage of their type. So optimally, if you were to walk into a combat scenario like that, you probably could just pop Fire to do more fire damage, Decay to be resistant to it, and then get your stamina and go fight. Like, you don't need a billion things like I have. I'm just at the end game where I have so many buffs, I might as well use them. Like I said, arena bosses are absolutely easier with them, so... Yeah, see, telekinesis don't do anything when the enemy can move forward. Yeah, it's not required to play the game, but Outward is based around buffs, so... That's kind of the survival aspect. You know, constantly eating foods, taking drinks. That way you're prepared for the next situation. I think the Manticore fits more as an arena boss. I actually agree, I do. I think the Thunderstore is fine, because it's an elite, very powerful enemy, but probably the Lich fight could have just been a Manticore. I'm not super interested in the Lich fight. It's literally just go immune and then beat one down and then the other. Basically only use the skill buffs, and I feel like I'm sinning for selling all the potions I get. Oh, yeah, no, you could do that, yeah. Not a big deal. Again, I used to play like that. I never really used everything at my disposal, but I play hardcore now a lot. So it's a little bit different for me, because like I kind of need to use it. If I die, I lose the entire game. I need you to back off, bro. Hampered on the enemy and stare them in the eyes, yeah. I wonder how powerful Hampered is if you have two people running Chakram. Because it takes, what did we say, 3, 4, it takes about 4 hits, I think. Dude, why are there so many deer? The deer are everywhere. Oh, I got hampered. No, I didn't have the lightning. Hey, he dropped 2. Nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have defeated every single mini-boss in the entire game. Now we have arena bosses. I think I'm going to download that mod and try it. Try the boss rush arena bosses. Just check it out for myself. Well, I mean on stream, obviously. But I just want to check it out to see what it is, you know. It'll save a lot of time of running around. If it works the way I think it does. So that'll be tomorrow's stream. I gotta remember to download that, but that is the plan for tomorrow. I should be mostly prepared for it. What's up, Raphael? What's up, Sheen? Late as ever. How's it going, dude? How's it going? You came at the very end, but you can ask me whatever. Before I hop off. Do I have a cold stone? I do. Cold stone and bread. I need to buy that so I can craft those. Hello, madam.
How can I help you? Here's the... Pay attention! You've earned this.
2 weather defense potions. Nice.
Want to buy? I wonder. Here's what I need. You've earned. Want to buy something?
Yeah, do you have any bread? You do. You have 5 pieces of bread. I need a little bit more than that.
How can I help you?
But unfortunately, everyone else in town doesn't sell it. So, I might take a trip to Caldera to get my foods. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. I mean, my foods... I think I had quite a few left over there, especially the mana stuff. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. Alpha sandwiches are the bomb. Okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There's the build. We will do arena bosses tomorrow, but other than that, that's the whole game. I can't think of anything we missed. Overall, outside of arena bosses, first person is really fun. I had trouble with the manticores. That was really the only enemy that sucked, though. That I just genuinely didn't want to fight. Because the camera's horrendous against them. Just trying to catch up on this playthrough. I'm on part 7. What are we on? Are we on 9 right now? I think it was 9. What's up, Joshua? Hey, Sheen, I'm building Sirocco. Should I go from the first to the second and then the third? What do you mean by that? You're saying build one building at a time? Yes, don't build multiple buildings unless it's like the workshops at the beginning. Decent fashion, too. Not horrible. Probably looks worse in third person. But yeah, it worked out quite well. The armor's awesome. If it'll be all bosses in a row, Crimson Avatar, right after Trogs. Oof, dude. That would be brutal. Yeah, we need a list. I mean, healing's not a big deal because I have the runes, but I'll need potions, obviously. Said the building tiers. The building tiers. Oh, you're saying, You're saying the specialized buildings. Yeah, you could build a building, and then as soon as it's finished, build the specialized, as long as you have the money. Yeah, you can do that. Did you beat up Luke the Pearlson? Yes. Yes, we did. Guild and then the hall. Yeah, you could build... my rule of thumb when I do the arena boss, or the Caldera, is I build 3 houses, then 3 workshops, then I build the town hall or the food store, and then I build the town hall or the food store, depending on what I build first. Usually it's food store, then town hall. And then go from there. They come at the end of the stream again? yeah. Oh, what's up, Douglas? Yeah, you did. I will say, if anybody plans on playing this mod, the first-person mod, you gotta try Chakrams. I feel like they perfectly fit for the playstyle. And they also look really cool in first person. I think runes do too. But, yeah. I'd highly recommend the mod. It was a good time. It was a great time. I think the sample mod was amazing too. Overall, this guy, he did a good job. He made 2 really simple, 2 really good mods. The traveling agency mod he didn't make, but that one's just a staple. It's a really good mod. Pretty much everybody knows about that one. It's pretty solid. Makes walking around the game so much better. If you've already played it a bunch. Any other questions before I hop off for the night? I think I'm gonna go to the store and get some drinks with my brother, maybe some food. That's about it from me. Tell me which game is similar to this game, maybe? Because Outward is amazing. There isn't, is the problem. There is no game that has the same feeling as this. I've tried a bunch of stuff. I could recommend a couple of games. Dragon's Dogma's great if you like the action. Torchlight, if you never played Torchlight, 1 and 2 are awesome. 1's a little old by now, but it's really good. It's another good, like, RPG-esque game. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like Diablo 3, but it's not the same thing. I didn't play Diablo 4. I probably should at some point, but it didn't get a lot of good reviews at first, so not a huge incentive for me to play it. But yeah, Outward's great. It's a unique experience for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Alright, peeps, that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching. You guys are awesome. I think my new internet worked out today. I was hoping it would be good. Should be. Hope to get your stream tomorrow. Gonna nuke the work to see at least the arena fights. Gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna do arena fights. Hopefully we get all of them done tomorrow. If not, we'll do more the next day too. But yeah. Alright, anyway, catch you guys later. Thank you for being here. Have a good night. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow. Catch you later, guys.